Hey, thank you for joining me on this early season cut. I've only had this GR mower for about a month and a half, and this is actually my very first time using it. And what a place to try it out on. I'm just trucking along in second gear and it's keeping up with it. You'll see in a little bit I do put it into first gear. The DR is doing a surprisingly good job with the cut quality. It's missing a few pieces of grass every now and then that just get pushed over, but I am really impressed with it. This is the 14.5 horsepower Pro 26 model, which is now the 15.5 horsepower model, although I believe the same other than that. It's getting a little thick now, going to first gear. Started getting stuck in some ruts here and you can see the tires spinning. It was kind of amazing how easy it was to get out though, just by rocking the machine and tapping the brakes a little bit. Okay, now that I'm pretty much on the edge of the slope here, you're going to really see this pivoting deck in action. And I do still get caught up on the edge of the hill there with the deck digging into the hillside, but I think it would be much worse without that pivoting deck. And just starts bogging down just a little bit going through this. This has disc brakes on it that act as a power steering, and they're very useful. Here's the new FS 251. Time to take that pesky guard off. I've got it broken in now. I've ran 5-6 tanks through it, so I wanted to wait to get it all broken in, because I know that winding your line out a little longer puts more strain on it. It might be what blew up my FS 131 recently. I had an engine blow up and replaced the engine, and that might have been a big part of the reason, is because I ran it with the guard off most of the time. But then again, I just run these things hard in general, so I don't expect them to last forever. All I know is that I'm a lot faster with the guard off typically. All right, now I'm in business. I love how these screws and their guards are captive though, so they don't fall off. That is awesome. So if I ever need to put it back on, it's easy. You guys know what I like about these new Stihl heads? It seems pretty much about the same, except this lid's a lot easier to get off. Didn't need any tool, even when they're brand new. Really easy to get off just with your thumbs. I like these Rotopax containers because I can put them in my cluttered truck sideways, even upside down. Don't got to worry about it getting punctured in there. These are pretty expensive, and I don't see many gardeners. I've like never seen a gardener using these, but I've been using these now for over 5 years. They hold up real well. It's just kind of a pain. You got to put the spout on there. Alright guys, this is the new Stihl FS 251 that came out less than a year ago as far as I know. This trimmer is the same as the FS 240 in every way, except the engine is a little bit bigger and it makes a little bit more power. I think with the old one with the 240 you've got 2.3, with this one you've got 2.7 brake horsepower. These are some thick weeds right here, ripping my line apart. I always use Oregon Gator line 105, the stuff with the core. I like round trimmer line. The reason I like this line is because it holds up really well and it's a good value. I always use round trimmer line because I think that it holds up the best when hitting objects, and I think that it's the most resistant to heat welding. I always get welding inside there. I always have string stick together from heat, no matter what type. When I weed whack in hot weather, it always happens, but I find that twist does it quite a bit worse. You might have noticed me bumping like a madman right there. These hillsides, you know, could be pretty soft, and it's hard to get the trimmer to feed sometimes. Time to finish on up, almost done. One thing I can tell you, if you've never used the harness bike style version of a trimmer, you're probably not going to want to go back. You're probably not going to want to use your handheld, except for when you really have to. This area is closer to the house, so I'm taking my time to mulch it down really well here. I've seen weed whacking jobs where guys just take one or two quick swipes at the bottom, move on to the next section. If that works for you, it's totally fine. The main reason that I'm cutting this grass is for fire safety stuff, and it's mandatory to do in this area, and I just figured that in order for the grass to lay down pretty flat, it needs to be gone over several times and mulched down. Now guys, the new FS 251 is a gas guzzling pig. Oh, does it drink. It's got the same tank size as the 240 because everything's the same, except this one has a little bit bigger engine with bigger displacement. And the FS 240 never was gentle on gas. Well, this thing uses more. I mean, I was blowing through a tank in 35 minutes, I would say. That about wraps it up, guys. Thanks. I'll see you on the next one.